Welcome back to MTG Friends. I'm Josh.
I'm Ryan.
Today we're going to talk about Delve.
Delve indeed.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about Delve?
I certainly do. All right, Delve is a graveyard mechanic, so you can exile one card, which will pay for one colorless mana of whatever you're casting. Now, in itself, that really doesn't sound like much, except when you start digging deep into what this mechanic is, it really can get out of hand very quickly. So
it becomes broken very fast.
Yes, and some of the cards on the list that we have that are some of our favorites are going to really highlight how broken it can be. So much so that at least one of them was banned in Modern, and I doubt that thing's ever going to get unbanned.
Yeah. So the first time we saw the Delve mechanic was in 2007 with Future Sight. How many cards? Three cards.
Mm-hmm.
So the highlight of those three really is just Tombstalker.
Mm-hmm. A 5/5 flyer that basically cost what 6 colorless black.
Yeah. So the next time we saw it was about 7 years later, 2014, was Khans of Tarkir. That was just a lot more came out then. How many total cards are there in Delve?
There are 25 Delve cards, which really isn't that many. But some of them are really insidious. I used that word again. Didn't I say that in the last episode?
Only you said it wrong in the last episode.
That's true. So, improvement. Forward progress.
Word of the day. Of the month?
Yes. All right. Khans of Tarkir. And then it was in Fate Reforged. And that was roughly a year later. And then lastly, and most recently, it was in Modern Horizons, which had a bunch of Delve cards.
Hogak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But let's get into our top 10 that we just like, because they're fun.
Yes.
And number one, coming in at number one, our favorite, is the Treasure Cruise. That is basically an ancestral recall. Tell us more.
Yep. 7 colorless, 1 blue. So in essence, you delve that thing for 7, and it costs you 1, which is ridiculous, and you get 3 cards.
Yep. Draw 3 cards. Simple.
Yep. Simple, but really, really effective.
And number 2, we like Dig Through Time.
Dig Through Time is 6 colorless, blue. That is where you look at the top 7 cards of your library, and you choose 2. And then you put the rest back at the bottom of your library. Another draw mechanic, which is, as we all know, anybody who's played Magic for any length of time knows that drawing is king. Unless, of course, somebody's trying to mill you, and that's a whole another episode.
Yep. Essentially, you get to scry 7 and then draw 2, which is ridiculous if you have your engine going that's fueling your delve. So you're doing that for 2 blue mana.
Yes, very effective.
Which is silly.
Mm-hmm. And then the third one is, and I always say this wrong, so I'm going to let you say it.
The Gurmog Angler.
Yes.
I run this in my pauper Delve deck. Link will be below.
Yes, and I believe this is the only common in our list.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, if I'm wrong, you can put it in the comments. What are you talking about? There's this one and that one.
It's really nice because, well, in pauper, you get to play a 5/5 zombie fish for 6 generic, 1 black. But if you've got enough in your graveyard, you're playing a 5/5 zombie fish, which I will never stop saying. It's hilarious. For fish. 1 black, and in a format that has very few large creatures that you can play easily, that's just a game ender.
So. Indeed.
But what's coming in at 4, we will have Empty the Pits. It's XX black. So,
and this one is one of the highlights. This one is super effective. This can really take a game over. If you want to have all sorts of zombies, even though they come in tapped, your board is going to be filled up by the time you play this thing.
Again, once you get that engine going that's just dumping massive amounts of cards in your graveyard, you just empty that and make that many 2/2 zombies. It's ridiculous. I mean, how many different ways are there to put cards in your graveyard?
Oh, there are so many. You know what? We'll even put a few up on the screen here.
Yeah.
It seems like it's never ending. So,
but we don't have 45 minutes to talk about all the ways.
No. So we want to keep this thing as short as we can. So we'll just kind of show you a few up here, and you can slow mo it or freeze the screen.
Here they are.
Yes.
So number 5, what do we got?
All right, so this is the big dog. This one has been banned in Modern. It is a Modern card. It came out in Modern Horizons, so it skipped Standard, it skipped Pioneer, it went straight to Modern.
And then straight to banned.
There are so many ways that you can use this card to just destroy your opponent.
What is the card already?
Oh, yes. Hogak Arizona.
The suspense is killing me.
Yes. Which you may already know. So it's 5 Golgari color or hybrid color. So 5 and blue-green.
Yeah, 5 and 2 Golgari hybrid mana.
Yes. And the most interesting thing about this is, 1, it's an 8/8 trample, but you can't spend mana to cast it. But that's easy to get around because it's got Convoke and it's got Delve. So you delve your 5 and then you tap 2 of your zombies, or you tap anything that's blue or black or green, and then you got that thing out on the board.
Yep, and you can play it from your graveyard as well.
Mm-hmm.
Which is just, it's sticky, it keeps coming back, it's just annoying.
And you can combo them up with a few of these cards. Point there.
Over here.
And that's why it got banned. So it makes sense why it got banned. It was very overpowered for what it is, and kind of points towards how MTG really has to be careful with the delve mechanic and what they throw out there, because you'll end up with a Hogak where people are going to monopolize on it, and of course they're going to play it. If it gets printed, people are going to play it. Yep.
So number 6, we've got one of the original from Future Sight.
Indeed.
Tombstalker.
Yes.
A 6 black 5/5 flying monster. Just a monster.
Of doom. Death of doom.
Yep.
Now, just the fact that it's a 5/5 is great with the delve, but that it flies as well. I remember playing this card when I was playing on MTG Online and doing it competitively.
Did you rage quit over this?
No, I didn't rage quit
one.
over this one. And that's a different episode.
What?
And that was the fairies deck. That's what I...
Oh,
Bitter Blossom is the card that I specifically rage quit for a handful of years over. But that's a whole other story.
I love baiting you into talking about Bitter Blossom. I really do.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Again, we don't have time for that.
No, we do not. That could be an hour-long conversation.
Yes.
All right, so the next one is Temporal Trespass. Tell us about that one.
It's 8 colorless, blue, and you get an extra turn.
Man,
it
can't beat that
for 3 mana. It's basically cheating. And then that one gets exiled at the end.
Yes,
when you cast it, it gets exiled.
So at least you can't keep doing it over and over again.
No reanimating that one.
Mm-hmm.
At least not conventionally.
No.
I'm sure there's a way that I haven't thought of.
I swear to God, I'll pistol whip the next guy that says shenanigans.
And as you notice, all of these costs are really high, but when you really think about it, when you add that delve mechanic, it really isn't.
Yeah.
Because you are using the engine to have all the cards you need in your graveyard to do this.
Yep.
And really, there's a few things, but the one main thing that could really mess this up for you is if somebody drops a Leyline of the Void on you. Yeah. But, that's going to be a very rare occasion.
Yeah. And most of the time, and going outside of our list, any spells you cast, you get a 2-for-1 deal with it, because you're spending the mana on the card that you're trying to cast. You get whatever it does, it goes to the graveyard, and then you get to use it again to fuel another card.
Exactly.
So the delve mechanic just kind of grants a little too much. It's hard to balance. This is why they haven't printed it, really.
And don't get us wrong, I like the delve mechanic personally.
Yes.
And I'll play it, and I have a Spiders Commander deck that the whole purpose is to get cards into the graveyard. So running a few of these Delve cards is great. So, but on to the next one. Number 8, Dead Drop. That's a 9 colorless black. What does this bad boy do?
Honestly, don't know.
Okay, I do. It makes your opponent sack 2 creatures, which is bananas if you use the Delve mechanic, and it basically costs you 1 black. That's pretty. That's awesome.
Yeah, and especially if you get things like if you have Waste Not out there, and you're able to make them sack creatures, and then you get 2 zombies out because they had to put creatures into the graveyard. I mean, Waste Not does a lot of other things, but again, if you have that engine going where you have like Burning Inquiry, or I can't think of any of the other combo cards. Anything that really causes the other player to discard and you to draw, Waste Not really gets out of hand, especially with Delve mechanic. Because, and let's say you have Hogak, even though, he's banned.
Yes. Especially, going back to Hogak real quickly, if you had the combo, Hogak and the Vengevine combo, it's all about that graveyard play. You cast 2 creatures in a turn, you bring out Vengevine for nothing. So it's just, you can stack things.
I forgot about Vengevine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. The 4/3, that thing's just amazing.
With a haste.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Disgusting.
Who we got at 9?
All right. Tassigur the Golden Fang. Or is it Tassigur? I don't know.
Tassigur.
I have not actually played with this card, but it's a 4/5, and it's got an extra mechanic where you can. I don't remember what the mechanic is.
It's 2 colorless and 2 Golgari.
Ah, yes.
Hybrid mana.
That you dump 2 cards, right?
Yep. You dump 2 cards, and then your opponent gets to choose 1 non-land card to return to your hand.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. Yep. It's always good when you can get card draw of some kind. And that's a 5 colorless black. So again, something you can play very quickly.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He makes a great commander because of the Delve mechanic. You can just keep playing your commander for 1 black.
Right. Plus in commander, it has the black, the green. So you can have quite the combo Golgari combo. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So at 10, where are we at?
All right, we're at Necropolis Fiend, 7 colorless black. This thing has a little bit of text on here, and it does some pretty interesting things. It's a 4/5 where it has X and then tap, where X gives you a -X, so in essence, a -1/-1 on target creature till end of turn. So that could get really out of hand, especially if you're trying to get rid of something beefy. Oh, I don't know, maybe like a Blightsteel Colossus?
Yeah. You love talking about that guy.
I do. One of my favorite cards.
Again, going back to Waste Not, if you're causing your opponent to discard a lot, you're also getting 2 black for each non-land, or each land card they put in the graveyard.
Mm-hmm.
Correct me if I'm wrong on that, anyone. I don't see it right now. But there is a way you get 2 black if they discard a certain card. I want to say it's a land. But if you're causing them to discard a lot of land, then you can just feed that right into the Necropolis Fiend and start just mowing down things.
Mm-hmm. So, basically, in conclusion, the Delve mechanic is something you shouldn't ignore or overlook. It's got some great cards. There's not a lot to choose from, but the ones that you have to choose from are going to fit very great in commander decks. And of course, this channel isn't just about commander play.
We just like it.
We just like it. And that's what we're trying to do. Things we like. So, again, this is MTG Friends. My name's Ryan.
I'm Josh. And if you want to be a friend of the gathering, make sure to click subscribe.
Yes, indeed. Subscribe, like us, hit the thumbs up, and we'll keep on putting new videos up as quickly as we can.